Hi, I'm Nathan Eklund. So if you read this Search Institute blog at all, you might not know who the human being is writing it. That would be me. I would be that human being. I don't want to write anymore. I'm tired of writing today, and I'm tired of sitting at my computer writing. But I have a story that I want to tell, so I thought I would try this out, and we'll see how it works. I was in Chicago last week, and I was doing a series of trainings at a school and also at a conference, and it was really a remarkable 3 days. And I came back with all these reflections and ideas, and this would be one of them. I did do a afternoon training at a school, and I must say it was not an easy gig necessarily. This is a school that is facing some pretty serious challenges, and there was some interesting energy in the room. I was in a room full of maybe 300 high school teachers, and at the end of their workday, they had taught all morning. They come into this somewhat mandated training, and then here's this guy, some guy who's going to talk at them for an hour and a half, and I was that guy. And I got about a half an hour into it, and I just kind of ditched it, what I had planned. And I ditched it because there was enough energy in the room and enough kind of give and take between me and the teachers that we needed to do something else with our time. And all of a sudden, an image came to my mind, and maybe this is my next book. So I don't know if you can copyright or something on YouTube, but I'm going to give it a go. So here's the image that came to mind as we steered a new direction in the training for the day. I realized that there was some conflict between admin and staff. There was some conflict within the staff. There was some culture and climate work in the school that was pretty dicey. And to talk around it or to avoid it didn't do anyone, myself included, any service, even in an hour and a half time frame. So I likened it to this. I said, I could avoid this energy, or we could tackle this energy. We could avoid these issues, or we could go right at them. When we are in the ocean or swimming and a shark comes by us, everything in our body wants to swim away and flail and panic. But if you go onto Google and type in surviving a shark attack, and what you're supposed to do, of course, is stay really still, not play dead, but stay still, and when the shark gets up to you, you just punch it as hard as you can. Just punch the shark. There it goes. So that was the image that I used for the remainder of the training. We talked about punching the shark. So we said, conflict between staff and admin is a big, scary thing. It's maybe the thing that we want to get away from the most in a school setting. And yet, if we don't actually swim toward the danger, if we don't purposely go towards that which is the most uncomfortable, it's going to destroy us. In fact, it might even sense our kind of panic. It might kind of sense our dread of dealing with it in the first place. But if we can actually just go to it and be thoughtful and aggressive, not in a reckless sort of way, but in a purposeful sort of way, we can actually make some progress. So we did it. We spent an hour, the final hour of the training, really talking about what are the things that are happening in your organizational life that are the most uncomfortable. What are things that are happening in your personal relationships with others at school that are the thing that you want to cringe and move away from? And how do we willingly move toward it? How do we willingly go towards the very things that are causing us the greatest amount of angst? This could be played out, again, like I said, in an organizational way, in a personal way. So that was the metaphor for the remainder of our training, and I don't know if it worked for the staff, but it got me thinking, and I've been using it over the last couple of days in my own thinking about my own work, in my thinking about my own condition, like my own life. I spoke then on Friday at a camping conference. This is all for camp counselors and camp directors, and I co-presented with this great guy named Scott Arizala, and we had a really wonderful time. Part of that, he was saying that for camp training, the policy and the procedure training that they have to do every year when counselors come back is horrible. it is the shark. It's the circling shark. Directors don't want to do it. Counselors don't want to sit through it. So we talked about, let's punch the shark. Like, what does that mean? How do you redo the training so that it's not horrible, it's not awful, and that people can actually enjoy it? Which I think leads to kind of the second layer of the imagery of this kind of glib punch the shark line. And that is, oftentimes we can't change what we have to get done, but we almost are always in control of how it is that we do it. I think if we come at things with some fear and some dread, or the laundry list of items that we have to get done, whether it's in schools and No Child Left Behind mandates or testing mandates, whatever it might be, or in any organization, or in our personal lives, the things that we have to get done. That might not change, but how we get it done and how we do that work, that's the part that's up for debate. It could be as simple as altering the agenda of your faculty meetings so that, as opposed to the scary thing that's kind of circling around that people dread, maybe we change the first 10 minutes of meetings so that we're recognizing good work by staff members. Scott, the guy I was co-presenting with, said, one year for policy and procedures, he turned it into a game show and they played Jeopardy. Is it rocket science? No, but it takes the thing that we desperately want to leave and get away from and actually creates something that we're going to go toward. We're going to gravitate toward it and alter it and be in control of it. So I don't know. I don't know if this is my next book, or maybe if you see me train again, you'll probably hear this line. It's working in my making sense of my own sense of organization improvement, job satisfaction improvement, and in my own personal life. How is it that I'm going to be? I'm going to seize some of that control of a moment that might be rather scary. So there it is. There's your challenge as you move forward, and I share it with colleagues. So each time you hear someone maybe complaining or looking at dread with something, you just look them deep in the eye and just say, "Hey man, punch the shark." It's kind of ridiculous, but let's do it. Punch the shark. All right, have a great day, and go and punch the shark. See ya.